I don't wanna say anything, cause if I do I might say the wrong words. Oh no. So I'll keep my mouth shut and not listen. Afraid I'd lose you if I didn't. Till we find what we're missing and compromise. So I'll keep my shoes on and not leaving. We're on thin ice, winter season. Can't wait for a single reason not to say goodbye. Oh, if I said what's on my mind, would you stay with me tonight? If I said what's on my mind, would that make you run and hide? Run and hide. Run and hide. If I said what's on my mind, would that make you run and hide? Would that make you run and hide? Run and hide. Run and hide. Oh, would that make you run and hide? Don't know what to do anymore. I'm out of options, nothing's working. I'm out of service. Come help me now, I'm fucking nervous. I'm trying but can't scratch the surface. So I'll keep my mouth shut and not listen. Afraid I'd lose you if I didn't. Till we find what we're missing and compromise. So I'll keep my shoes on and not leaving. We're on thin ice, winter season. Can't wait for a single reason not to say goodbye.
What's up, everyone? What's up? Hope everybody is well and okay. I am back with another stream. Loads of things to talk about as usual. Coming off the disappointing result against Leeds. Lots to take, lots of positives. Well, actually, not lots of positives, but some positives, lots of negatives that I'm sure we'll get into. I personally have a lot of things I want to say about what I saw from where I was sat in the game. Obviously, looking back at the game as well, we'll be dissecting bit by bit the goals and etc. as I normally do. But big up everybody for joining the stream. Make sure if you're early, drop a like on the video or give it a share as well. Put it on your WhatsApp groups, put it on your Facebook groups, Twitter, wherever. That would be highly appreciated. But let's get into it. There's talks of Super League, which I'll get into as well. Bit of Super League talk. Then there's talks of the ownership. Bit of talks on the ownership. I'll give you some news on that. And then obviously the game as well. Big up Dennis the Great early in the stream. Thank you very much for the comment. Big up Kitch as well. Kitch, are you a latest member or did you just change your YouTube name? Because I think you are an already pre-existing member, or you just changed your name from your previous YouTube name. But big up to the stream anyways, nonetheless. Hope everybody is well. Let's start off, though, with yesterday's game. It was a 2-0 deficit that we clawed back and brought it back to 2-2. A very, very, very hard-fought draw. I can't lie. Shouldn't be like this in a home stadium, in a home environment. Even away, in all honesty, considering Manchester United caliber, considering Manchester United level, considering the manager, the players, it shouldn't even be like that. It shouldn't. It was disappointing. The draw almost sounds like a loss, in my opinion. It does, because we were making good momentum. We were doing well in our journey to continually climb the table and maybe close the distance between ourselves and Arsenal. But it doesn't look good now, does it? Let's be honest. Going into Barcelona, we've got Leeds on Sunday again away. I don't know how we're going to set out in Ellen Road. I don't know how Leeds are going to set out in Ellen Road. We have some sort of inkling. We have some sort of understanding as to how they play. But nonetheless, I wanted those points, man. Those 2 points would have taken us level with Man City, who actually have one game in hand. Arsenal have 2 games in hand. But listen, in Premier League, anybody can drop points. Arsenal have to play Brentford next at home. Brentford aren't just a joke team anyhow, so you can't just overlook Brentford. They did beat Liverpool 3-1, so Brentford could do a job on Arsenal, and Man City have to beat Aston Villa. And again, Aston Villa, they took points from Tottenham, they took points from Wolves, and they've been slowly just climbing the table as well. They're sitting just behind Liverpool. But yesterday, I'd like to know firstly all your thoughts. Everybody, comment down below all your thoughts, what you want to get across. But let's start player by player. We'll start off from the top, working our way back. We will start off with Wout Weghorst, right? Let's start off with Wout Weghorst. Let me be honest. Wout isn't the best player in the world, best striker in the world, right? He isn't. But Wout Weghorst has certain aspects of his game that is really helpful. His passing is so good when he links up with players, is so good. But yesterday, looking at Leeds press, the way Leeds press and the way we press, Leeds press was astonishing. Really, I was really surprised the way this team pressed. On top of that, how many games has Wout played for us, right? Wout has now played a handful of games for us. Okay, let's get his games up that he has played for Manchester United thus far. He started off playing against Palace, then Arsenal, Forest, Reading, Forest, Palace, Leeds. He was on the bench for the City game, not in the squad. Sorry, for the City game. Have you seen Wout Weghorst take a shot? Someone tell me, please. Have you seen Wout Weghorst look down and hit the ball at the goal? I haven't. I have not seen Wout Weghorst take a shot. A striker hasn't taken a shot on goal. And for me, I cannot accept that. I'll be honest with you. I cannot accept it. Why hasn't Wout Weghorst taken a shot on goal? He gets in the right positions off the ball. I can't deny him of that. But where is the striker inkling? He's scored. Wow. 1 goal he scored. 1 goal in 7 game involvement. In 7 games involvement, he has scored 1 goal. There is now questions that he doesn't get service, Rajat. Yes, fair enough. You are right. Maybe he doesn't get the service. Sure. Maybe the fullbacks, the wingers don't cross enough. That is a fair criticism on the team, on the manager. But in general, I'm just trying to see what's gone wrong here. Is it the service? Is it the service that we come down to, that he doesn't get goals or assists or anything because of service? For me, Wout Weghorst isn't the fastest player, but he's there, right? He does a job that he needs to do. He links up very well. But as a striker, is it the winger's fault now that they don't cross the ball and they don't find him? Is it the winger's fault that they're not able to, square the ball to him? Is it the fullback's fault that they're not able to help out with the service? Is it the midfield's fault where Bruno Fernandes is not able to find him as well? Whose fault is it? Is it an accumulation of players' faults? And the fact is, Skinhead Rooney, he is a plan B. He is. But plan B, we're playing plan B games. Martial isn't here. What else do you want me to do? We bought plan B and we're getting plan B service. That's what we're getting at the end of the day, right? It's as simple as we can put it. That is what we're getting. And that's how he's playing. I'm not going to bash him. I'm not going to say whatever, but I'm not also going to credit him. Big up Omo. Big up Arian for the super chat. Says, ETH. And there is a question to be had here about tactically, is ETH playing in a way where chances are being created more when Wout Weghorst is not on the pitch because Rashford goes in the middle, and it allows the wingers, the creative wingers, to create. When you are a creator, you are going to create. When you are a goal scorer, you are going to score goals. That's what they do, right? Now, Rashford in the middle might be a conversation that we need to have. And with that being said, let's move on to Marcus Rashford. Marcus Rashford, yesterday for me, wasn't that good. I'll be honest with you. I'm not happy with Rashford's performance. Uh, when a player is scoring, it covers up a lot of cracks and it covers up a lot of questions around the player's performance. In all honesty, it does. Marcus Rashford, I've been very critical, and last season, this season he's done well. But Marcus Rashford yesterday, and in essence, the last few games, other than just being able to run and get us a goal every game, right, which has been doing really well for us, he's been rescuing us with the goals. I think it is a question that, can Manchester United be more creative with Rashford being in the middle? I'm not saying Rashford needs to be off the pitch, by the way. No. Rashford can still stay on the pitch. Rashford is still needed on the pitch. Don't get that twisted. The fact is, are we more creative with Rashford in the middle? Because we don't create with Rashford on the left. Rashford scores, but he doesn't create for other players. That's factual. He doesn't create. Now, we can say all about, okay, he's been getting a goal every single game for, since the World Cup. It's almost every single game he's gotten either an assist or a goal. It's constantly, him being involved to help us win games, which is true. Am I gonna hold that against him, or am I going to criticize him too much? In all honesty, no. When a player is scoring, when a player is getting involved and helping you win, you must by default ease off a little bit. Even if it's a little bit, you have to ease off. Because at the end of the day, the player has scored. The player did their job. The aim of the game is score goals, right? And if a player is scoring goals, you have to ease off. So based on that, I'm not going to criticize Marcus Rashford all too much. I'll be honest with you. I'm not. I think, like I said, his header was really good. The cross was really good. His header was really good. Sancho came on, got a goal. Marcus Rashford, though, throughout the game, he did try to beat his fullback. He did try to beat his defenders, his markers well, but it didn't work out. It didn't. He wasn't able to take the game by the scruff of the neck and then get a goal out of nowhere. He wasn't. That's just evidence in front of you. But if Marcus Rashford played on the left yesterday, I believe we would have won that game. I really do. Fact is, Marcus Rashford played out of position, and Marcus Rashford at the right is very, very, very ineffective. Very, compared to how effective Marcus Rashford is on the left or in the middle. On the right, Marcus Rashford is, you might as well take away his superpowers, in all honesty. You might as well. It's no point. Big up everybody in the chat so far. Make sure you drop a like on the video if you haven't already. I would appreciate that. But yeah, Marcus Rashford was played out of position. Maybe Ten Hag should have played Pellistri, but that would have been a big risk on his own. Anthony is not here. Martial is not here. But this is why now I tell you how critical and important it is to have Anthony in the squad. The people that blame and criticize Anthony so much, this is why it is so important and crucial to have a player like Anthony in the squad, because he brings so much to this squad, and people do not want to address it. They don't. Marcus Rashford brings the goals, but Anthony Santos brings the work. He brings the graft. At least he would have kept the ball yesterday, taking the safe option, slowing the attack down. All of these conversations that people were saying, he slows the attack down, he does this, he does that, he doesn't have a right foot. Well, we had right foot on the right. What happened? What happened? Garnacho has a decent left foot. He can whip a ball in. What happened? What happened? Anthony haters need to hold that. Need to hold last night. I swear to God, 100 million we paid. I have to see more. Well, it wasn't his fault for the 100 million. It wasn't his fault. I don't know why people use the price against him. But Marcus Rashford yesterday was out of position. And because he played out of position, I believe we drew that game. If Marcus Rashford played in the left, I tell you what, we would have won that game at least 4-2. At least 4-2. Because Garnacho had a serious chance to get a goal or square it to Weghorst, and he didn't. And that brings me, of course, on to Alejandro Garnacho. There's been a lot of talks online about Garnacho, and people have been very critical of him, I believe. And you know what? For me, I'm not going to be critical of Garnacho at all. I'm not. Garnacho is a 18-year-old, absolutely young teenager player who's come in a season where, in all honesty, he shouldn't be featuring and starting so much, because you should have senior players who can help bringing players up, and young players should be looking up to them. Should be, senior players should lead by example. Garnacho has an abundance of talent. Nobody can take that away from the kid. Garnacho has won us games, has been crucial for our games. He will be a serious player in the future if he continues to grow. And I think Garnacho has credit in the bank. Let's be honest. He does have credit in the bank. Why do people feel like they want to bash Garnacho and, oh my God, he shouldn't deserve to start Premier League minutes again? He's been awful. We lost the game. We drew the game because of him. Blah, blah, blah. All of that I understand, but it's too much on a young player. Too much. You guys need to understand, young players need to be nurtured, need to be brought in a set way. But no, Garnacho. The kid even went and liked a tweet that was criticizing him. And it's not nice. It isn't a nice feeling. Let's be honest. People want to bash these young players and then wonder why young players don't want to stay in the club. And wonder why young players don't get featured. The same reason why Ten Hag won't be featuring some of these young players, because of the level of pressure. People want to gun this guy down. He's very direct, just like Marcus Rashford. But being this direct now, you see what happens? Yesterday, we needed someone to hold the ball. We needed someone to recycle the ball, to pass the ball back, to continue having the possession. And having Garnacho and Rashford be so direct didn't help us yesterday, I'll be honest. Not with Weghorst anyways. If you're going to have direct wingers, you need a direct centre forward as well, who's going to run, who's going to be able to keep up with them. That's my opinion. You need a striker that needs to be able to keep up with your wingers. And Wout Weghorst couldn't keep up with the wingers. He couldn't. Criticism can be constructive, but people were going, I believe, a bit too harsh. But then, hey, don't talk about Bruno Fernandes. Don't say anything about Bruno Fernandes, though. Say anything about Bruno Fernandes and you're going to be aiming a gun at him. Don't say anything about Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes is the best number 10 in the world. Oh, Bruno Fernandes. He's so amazing. Every game, he's so amazing. Oh, don't be so harsh on Bruno Fernandes, a 30-year-old. But constructive criticism is okay for Garnacho. Oh, don't point any finger at Bruno, though. This is the thing with football. This is how it is. He created some chances. He put in some good crosses. That was it. For a playmaker, creator, and you know what? Actually, let's actually. There's nothing much to say about Garnacho. At one point I thought they were gonna injure the kid anyways, and he tried to beat his man as much as he could. He tried to beat his defender as much as he could, and the fullback of Fulham did really well. That's as simple as you can put it. No other way you can put it. He's a young lad playing against big fullbacks. Ayling is a decent player, and whenever Ayling plays against Manchester United, he turns up even more. And I've got a video of Ayling taunting and having a laugh with Man United fans, rattling them up. But Ayling did his job, man. Did what he needed to do. How are you gonna say a 31-year-old grown fullback Ayling against an 18-year-old? You're putting a 31-year-old against an 18-year-old. Man, it is what it is. Ayling did well. McKennie as well was very, very physical. Koch as well. They doubled up at times. They did what they had to do. Be physical on the kid and make sure he doesn't get past you. Don't let him use his speed. Be physical. And that's what happened. But let's actually talk about Alejandro Garnacho, right? Sorry, not Alejandro Garnacho, Bruno, right? Bruno, I don't know what you guys see in Bruno. Tell me, please. Tell me what you see in Bruno. Tell me. When you have a man like Odegaard, tell me what you see in Bruno. Tell me. Please. What do you guys see in Bruno Fernandes? I want to know from everyone. What is he? Why do you love him more than your wives, your family, your brothers and sisters? Why? Odegaard plays so freaking well. So well, especially this season. And Odegaard even has age on his side. Bruno is what, 28 years old now? He's going to be 29 this year. But eventually, we're going to need an understudy for Bruno. No. Eventually. I said one thing about Bruno Fernandes on United Stand, and the whole world collapsed. Everything collapsed. Oh my God, Bruno. Oh my God, this guy mentioned Bruno's name on his mouth. Oh, finished. Hey, people, it's like Manchester Bruno United. That's how it is. The level of protection. Bruno is a good player. But again, constructive criticism for other players, but no constructive criticism for Bruno. Ain't that weird? Ain't that weird? For me, I didn't enjoy Bruno Fernandes' performance last night. I think Bruno Fernandes was really terrible. He did create some chances. He did put some crosses in. But there is other aspects of the game that I need Bruno Fernandes to do better. I'll be honest. Saved us during the Ole era. Saved us. Saved us during the Ole era. Well, Ronaldo did too. Ronaldo's goals helped us as well. Bruno Fernandes, when he first came into Manchester United, was amazing. But what happened? And constructive criticism is hate. But constructive criticism above any other player is not hate. Is the mic okay now? Constructive criticism about any other player is okay, but constructive criticism about Bruno Fernandes will never be accepted. Please. Please. And this is what I mean. I don't understand why. I really do not understand why. The position he plays, he needs to create, and he doesn't. He creates the odd games, and in set big games and in set games, I don't know where he is, and he's hiding. Kudus would have performed better at times in Manchester United. You know that too. You all know that too. Kudus from Ajax in certain times would have done better. Musiala. Tell me Musiala. What would Musiala do? But hey, Bruno Fernandes has got this cult following. This absolute cult following. The guy don't even cross the ball properly. There's no corner kicks that come from Bruno Fernandes decent. No corner kicks. He doesn't have a good game, but his goals and assists, they make up for his wrongdoing. And that's all it is. What else can I say? Like I said for Marcus Rashford, that, Marcus Rashford's goal helped carry the team. Marcus Rashford's goal helped win games. Same with Bruno Fernandes. I can't say anything else other than he's the captain. And I think he should have done slightly better yesterday. He should have. As a captain, as a senior player who plays week in, week out, he should have done better. That's all I can say. Let me move on to Fred. Lord have mercy on Fred. In all honesty, Lord have mercy on Fred. Because I don't really have much to say on Fred. I don't. You lot knew this was Fred. The weird thing is, you all knew this was Fred. Yet people would tell me, give Fred some starting minutes. Fred deserves to start. That's what people would tell me. Same thing about Garnacho. He deserves minutes. Who deserves what? Tell me, who deserves what? On what basis do players deserve things? Ten Hag says it himself. Players have to deserve minutes before they can play. Yet you will turn around and say, Garnacho deserves starting. Start Fred. Start Fred. And you got what you deserve yesterday. Look, learn. This is when I say have patience, calma, relax. Relax when I say stop pumping helium gas into these players and saying start him. Give him starting minutes. Learn that when I say Fred is just a bench player, he is just a bench player. He is just a bench player. Even the game before, when Casemiro got a red card, right? When Casemiro got a red card the game before in the second half, Fred was done. Absolutely done against Palace. We don't have anyone on the bench, RJ. You are right. You are right. But my point is, understand Fred is a bench player. I never want to hear Fred starting again. I swear to God. I swear to God, never ever want to hear Fred starting again. Ever. Ever. He is a second half minutes from the bench player at best for Manchester United, and that is it. That is as simple as it is, as I can put it. I never ever want to hear Fred starting again. But hey, Sunday we go again. Freddie's going to start. Mohammed says they were begging for Garnacho. Now they want him. People want him. People are shameless for getting it's a season of ups and downs. Every club, even the best players, they're humans. Of course. And almost says Fred starts again. And you're right. Fred will start again. But the point is, realize that some of these players are not start worthy. They're not start deserving. If we had a fully fit Manchester United squad, Fred would not be starting. So please. I would also much rather see Bruno Fernandes in Fred's position than Bruno higher up on the pitch. Let Bruno play lower down on the pitch, please. Let Sancho play the 10. But this Sancho guy can't play 90 minutes. God damn it, man. Headache after headache. How am I going to play Sancho in the 10 when Sancho can't play 90 minutes yet? How am I going to play Sancho when Bruno in the 8 when Bruno Fernandes gets shifted as a winger? I don't understand. I don't get it. We don't have enough players or enough good players. Bruno Fernandes would much rather get put on the right-hand side than put in the 8. It's as simple as that. Gave Zidane the youth over Fred, and Faz will bite my head off. What must happen? You cannot. No. Why Zidane? Why Zidane? Where's Kubi Mino? Where's Kubi Mino in this question? Why is Kubi Mino not getting featured? He took off Sabitzer before he took off Fred. Maybe because of match fitness, maybe because of squad synchronization, whatever it might be. He kept Fred on, but Fred cannot be a Manchester United starting player. The first goal, he's watching the player run past him and he did nothing about it. Nothing. Wilfred is walking in front of Fred, and Fred decides to just sit there and watch him make the bombo tackle, collect a yellow card if need be. You could have avoided us that goal. You could have avoided us that goal. Make the goddamn tackle. You slowed down. Bruno lost the ball because the pass was delayed from Dalot. The press was great from Leeds. No disrespect to Leeds. Dalot got pressed. Dalot passed the ball to Bruno. Bruno ended up losing the ball. Is Bruno a creative player on his feet? Like he's technically good with his feet? No, he's not. No, he's not. Not one of you can tell me that Bruno Fernandes is good with his feet, technically on the ball. No, he's not. The ball doesn't stick to his feet like the way it will stick to Sancho's feet. No, it doesn't. Can Bruno Fernandes carry the ball? No, he can't. Does Bruno Fernandes have amazing decision making? No. He's got good decision making. Not amazing. Good. This is all true. But it burns someone. It burns some people when I say it like that. Has Bruno Fernandes got the best whippage in our team? Nope. Has Bruno Fernandes got the best cross in our team? Nope. Has Bruno Fernandes got the best crosses in our team? Nope. But hey, Bruno. I have no idea why. No idea why. But Fred, you can't ask him to cross the ball. You can't ask him to carry the ball. You can't ask him to pass the ball. You can't ask him to shoot. You can only ask him to run. Just run. Just follow a player and run. I swear, just follow the ball and run. The guy can't pass. The guy can't control. The guy can't shoot. The guy can't carry the ball. I don't know what Fred can do. I swear, I don't know what he can do. Every player has good games in him. Every player has good games in him. Faz, Rick, and their Bruno agenda. Well, talk to me. Tell me what you see in Bruno. I'm asking you. Instead of bashing what I say, spit something in the comments. Tell me, Mr. Dem Zero Clones, tell me in the comment section what you see in Bruno's game. Please tell me. Tell me. Bruno created two clear. This is a good comment. See, Bruno created so many chances, especially two clear-cut Garnacho and one superb cross to Varane. Facts. Agreed. Sidano 9, good comment. Instead of saying, you got an agenda, you're a hater. Learn to communicate. Sidano 9, good comment. Yes, he did. Those three chances were superb. Garnacho should have scored one, and it would have taken Bruno's ratings higher in the game. True. Varane's header, it could have been a goal. Good save from the keeper. But overall in the game, other than those three moments, what else did you see Bruno do? If Bruno is appreciated for his defensive duties so much, why isn't Anthony appreciated for his defensive duties so much? If you guys watching this stream love Bruno Fernandes so much because he's of defensive duties, why do you not appreciate Anthony Santos for his defensive duties? Tell me. Please, tell me. Why? Bruno Fernandes needs to be consistent. At times, he makes great assists. He makes great passes, short passes, really good. And at times, Bruno Fernandes is not that good. And that is factual. That is as simply as I can take it. I can say it, sorry. Bruno can be good on his day, but needs to stop acting when he gets fouled and go win the ball back after losing possession. There you go. Bruno is not injured all the time. States he is special. That is also true. Very true. Without Bruno, we look really bad. That is also true. I agree with all of the comments that you're saying. I agree. None of the comments that you guys are mentioning are bad or wrong in any way. True. Maybe Bruno needs a rest. You know, them zero clowns. Now you are talking. See, now you are communicating with me. I'm understanding what you are thinking. He's played 90 plus minutes, 90% of the game since World Cup. Maybe he's overplayed. He needs some rest. Maybe that's the case. Maybe these were the games against Leeds and all. Because if there is enough rotation in the team, actually you can be in a consistent level and players are not being overplayed and players are not falling and dipping in form because you're rotating. But we don't rotate. We do not rotate. We need to be rotating every player with a similar like for like or certain level of player in that position so that we can still have a consistent performance throughout the season. But we don't. But we don't. Sidano says Fred and Val are the main culprits for yesterday, and I would say Fred definitely is one of the culprits. Yeah, definitely, definitely. Let's go and move on to Sabitzer, right? Our latest signing, loan signing from uh, Bayern. A lot of people have had a lot of things to say about Sabitzer yesterday. First and foremost, what I'm going to start off with, Sabitzer didn't, right? Sabitzer was not supposed to start yesterday. He was not. He was supposed to come in bit by bit. He's supposed to come in, uh, uh, you know, having started from bench, having playing from bench. But the fact is, Sabitzer got thrown in the deep end because of the poor red card decision. But nonetheless, I think Sabitzer did really well. I really do think Sabitzer did really well. Sabitzer is not injured. Where did you read that? I am the truth. For me, there's some decent positive points. Sabitzer passing, really good. Really good. At moments, he carried the ball decent. Not crazy, but decent. His shooting, Sabitzer's shooting is something to, yeah, okay. Okay. Sabitzer's shooting impressed me. His physicality impressed me. Sabitzer wasn't supposed to be great, though, Anthony Evelyn. Sabitzer was not supposed to be great. He's been thrown in the deep end. He doesn't even know the players around him. He doesn't even know the system. He doesn't even know what he's supposed to do when a certain player has the ball. He doesn't understand the triggers. He doesn't understand the tactics. He's just about new. There's so much information to consume from this Ten Hag system that he's not even had a chance to do. He'll need time. But considering how he is, he did really well. His defensively, he from change from an attacking phase to a defensive phase, that instant change is so good. So good. He never looked like he lost rhythm. He never looked like he lost rhythm. And you know what? I actually look forward to seeing how he plays next to Casemiro. I really do. I wonder, I wonder if Ten Hag is gonna play, you know, Sabitzer more than Fred. I don't know. Is he gonna go back to putting Fred in a bench kind of role? I hope so. I really, really do hope so. But for me, in all honesty, Sabitzer did okay. He did. I can't I can't say any otherwise. That volley was really good as well. Yep, that volley should have maybe taken it down, but it was good. You're right. It was decent. His shot, left foot shot was decent. Passing, long distance shot, passes, all good. All good. I can't say anything else in a game where Leeds turned up. It is the fact is Leeds turned up, right? That's the simple fact. Let's move on to Luke Shaw. I think Luke Shaw was one of our better players yesterday, in all honesty. Luke Shaw, again, with some good crosses in the second half. Obviously involved in the Sancho goal with the overlap. I think the creativity from Luke Shaw came when Sancho came on the pitch. Um, but what else could he have done? The goals didn't come from his side, in all honesty. It actually came more so from Dalot's side. From his side, things were all tight and clean. Um, so in Luke Shaw's defense, I can't really say much. He's been really good this season. I think again, it was a bit unnecessary, to put Dalot in straight away. He could have used Malacia. He could have used Lindelof. He put Dalot, Ten Hag did put Dalot in straight away. Big up everyone in the chat. I'm okay. Yadav, thank you. He did put Dalot into straight away into a starting game. And I frankly think it would have been better to play Lindelof at right back or Malacia. Play someone else. Malacia has played right back before. But he put Dalot in, and the goals did come from Dalot's side. It did. It did. And Dalot didn't look like he was also on it last night. He didn't. He looked a little bit leggy. He has been out of the squad with a little injury. He's come back and got starting minutes straight away. But yeah, for me, Luke Shaw was decent. Luke Shaw was decent. I can't take anything away from Luke Shaw. He was solid. So that's it. Again, the crosses and everything didn't come from him. I do wonder Luke Shaw's partnership with Rashford, though. I'll be honest with you. Does Luke Shaw have a great partnership with Marcus Rashford? I don't know. Not really sure. His partnership with Marcus Rashford is great, but is it as good as it should be? These are difficult questions you have to ask. Difficult questions you must ask. In all honesty, his attributes, Luke Shaw's attributes, obviously are somewhat slightly better than Malacia's. So he starts a lot of the games. He'll be part of more games. But I think Ten Hag should have now put Dalot in the game. And which now brings me on to Dalot, actually. We can speak on Dalot. Dalot, a really good player, a player that I really like. But in all honesty, yesterday it was a terrible performance from Dalot. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. He's the reason why, in essence, the first goal even came about. He put Bruno under pressure with that pass. Bruno's not the best player when it comes to controlling the ball with his feet or being technically good with his feet. And Bruno lost the ball. And Liam actually puts it in the best way is Dalot got cold. Dalot was cold. I agree. I think you're right, Liam. Dalot was cold. He shouldn't be put into the deep end like that. Bad game to start. Leeds, you don't know how they're gonna come out. New manager bounce. Got thrown in the deep end, Dalot. And that's what happened. That's what happened. Bruno can do better, sure. Dan, I hear you. He did beat a player, but then eventually another player came and tackled him. And the rest was history. But Bruno isn't the most technically gifted player. He isn't. But people, I don't know what they see in Bruno. In all honesty, I don't see what they see in Bruno Fernandes. I don't know. One good performance, everybody gets so hyped up about Bruno Fernandes, which I don't really understand. Me personally, I don't really understand. But yeah, Dalot wasn't that good. Martinez, Varane, I'll do them as a pair. I think Martinez and Varane did very well. I think Martinez, especially with the tackles that he made, with the challenges that he made, it was very, very solid. Very solid. I personally, can't discredit them anymore. Obviously, if I'm not mistaken, the ball that got whipped in the second half that eventually led to a goal, it came off Varane, if I'm not mistaken. It was a little deflection of Varane, wasn't it? I looked back at the highlights as well, and it looked like it had come off. Let me just go and check. It did come off Varane, didn't it? It did. Let me just go and run it back. Hold on. Where is the... Yeah, there you go. Second goal. Did it come off? Yeah, it did come off Varane. Yeah. Nothing you can do. It is what it is. Garnacho got pressed again with numerous players. And Varane tried his best to cover the whippage. David De Gea thought he's going to get whipped in and he's going to collect the ball. He tried to block it, but in essence, it came off Varane, and nothing you can do. In all honesty, it clipped off his boot, like Liam says, and yeah, nothing you can do. It's unfortunate. It is unfortunate. David De Gea overcommits to the whip, thinking the ball's going to go past Varane so he can collect it, and I understand that from David's perspective. but nothing you can do at all. Which actually now brings me on to David De Gea. But just before I go to David De Gea as well, I think a lot of credit needs to be given to Lisandro Martinez, man. This player, I think, has been the most consistent player for us. I think David De Gea, I think Casemiro even has had the odd, the odd slow, a little bit leggy game when he's missed a game, the odd. But Lisandro Martinez has never, ever, ever looked below like a 9. I don't think he's ever looked below an 8. Impossible. Lisandro Martinez. He's been our best player of the season without a shadow of doubt. The challenges he made yesterday, I was looking at it and thinking, you know what? He might end up snapping a Leeds player in half. The way this guy tackled Bamford and floored him and then got up and looked at him, I was like, yeah, this guy is on a different level. He definitely, for me, is the player of the season so far. 100,000,000% for me. Player of the season. Never skips a beat. Never looks like he's out of sync. Never looks like he needs rest. Never slow. Doesn't make that many mistakes at all, really. I can't even recall any mistakes. Really good with his feet. Yeah, for me, Licha is the best player of the season for us. And lastly, I come on to, from the starting 11, I come on to David De Gea. I mean, David, yesterday, you lot know, I'm a fan of David De Gea. I like him, of course. I think he's a great player. But yesterday, David De Gea, man. Yeah, man. David, don't know what you're doing. I don't know what you're doing, David. Why is your distribution like the way that was yesterday, David? Please explain to me. Why? Why do you have to superhero the ball, man, and give it away? David, man. David is a 5-4. I'd give him a 4. Should David have saved that shot? It wasn't the strongest of the shot. It wasn't from Wilfred. Should David had made the save? Possibly so. Possibly so. For me, David's caliber, he should have made that save. But hey, Fred should have made the tackle. But hey, Dalot shouldn't have put Bruno in pressure, and Bruno shouldn't have lost the ball. But it's never going to be perfect, right? It's never going to be perfect. But for me, David De Gea wasn't great. His distribution was awful. He took so much time on the ball. So much time on the ball. I don't understand why. Just need to speed up the play at times, and we didn't. It takes a good minute to decide what he wants to do. What can you do? What can you do? Nonetheless, let's talk about the subs. Sancho and Pelestri getting subbed on. I think Sancho looked sharp. I think he looked confident. I personally was happy with the Sancho and Pelestri. They added a different aspect and dynamic to the game, and obviously it led to the goals. Both goals coming from two different sides. Bruno's cross. Sorry, not Bruno's cross. Whose cross was it that Rashford got the goal? Let me just go and check quickly. I think, if I'm not mistaken, it was Dalot's cross that crossed in. Yeah, both goals came from both sides. Sancho on the left, Pelestri on the right, and Dalot getting the cross. It opened up creativity. This is a conversation to have, that we lack creativity in the game when Rashford is on the left. He scores goals, sure, he scores goals, but there's the lack of creativity. Anthony is somewhat of a creative player, right? Sancho is a creative player. Garnacho is a creative player. Pelestri is a creative player. But the fact is, right? The fact is, we needed creativity in a game where Rashford and Garnacho, both of them were too direct. And you saw the crosses open up. You saw the whippage from Luke Shaw, the whip from Dalot. It all open up when creative wingers come into play. That's when it opened up. Creative wingers. And that's what we needed yesterday. Tactically, maybe Ten Hag, got that one wrong, put in two people together, right? Two people together. But I can understand. It's okay. It's allowed to make a little bad call. But at the end of the day, I think Pelestri is slowly showing us his quality. But again, just like people gassed up Sancho and whatever, I'm not gonna gas up Pelestri. I'm just gonna let him do his thing bit by bit and see where he goes. Just let him do his thing. Let him grow. Let Pelestri come through the ranks in the squad and show us, and we'll just go bit by bit, right? Bit by bit. Um, Sancho got a goal, good confidence to take the shot on. It was really crowded, and I was thinking, don't shoot, pass the ball. I actually thought don't shoot because it's so crowded. Keeper could have done better as well. Let's let's be honest. Sancho's goal, the keeper definitely could have done better. I think it's Meslier, his name is. Should have done better, but I'll take it. He'll add loads of confidence. It is a draw. I'll take that as well. For me, I believe this is now time to start playing Sancho more, and Sancho needs to play 45, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 minutes. He does. Ten Hag sent him to the mountains to go and get fit and go and get whatever. But when is Jadon Sancho going to play 90 minutes, ladies and gentlemen? When? Oh, he's just come back. Well, Dalot's just come back and played. Dalot has just come back and played. So when is Jadon Sancho going to start a game? Jadon Sancho, for me, has to start next game. Has to. It's enough is enough. Enough is enough. Dalot came back and from an injury and got thrown into the deep end. Boom, there. Why is Jadon Sancho not starting yet? Tough questions must be asked. These is tough questions. With a goal, he guarantees his place. I don't think so. I still don't think Ten Hag starts him. There must be something wrong here. I still don't think Ten Hag starts him. But what can you do? What can you do? For me, until Jadon Sancho starts playing a good 60 plus, 70 plus minutes, at least 70 minutes, to be honest, baseline. Until Jadon Sancho starts playing 70 minutes, I can't really give him too much credit. I can't. But that is the squad done and talked about. Malacia, I can talk about him a little bit. Lindelof, I can talk about him a little bit. But it's really NA. They came in, Lindelof in a DM position, Malacia trying to play the right back position. Malacia, I love, as you guys know, I really enjoyed Malacia from the start of the season. I hope Malacia can keep shining. I really like his aggression, really like how he plays, how he defends. Sancho gets a 10 out of 10 versus Leeds. Get out. Oh, Lord, this biasness. Yeah, same with Lindelof. Can't really credit him too much. He replaced Sabitzer, which was a bit interesting. I was gonna think he replaces Fred and Sabitzer go in Fred's position, but that's Ten Hag's call. Ten Hag's call. We didn't concede, but I don't know about Lindelof in a DM. I don't know, but this is Ten Hag's another master plan that he's cooking. Lindelof in a DM. He's changing the guy's position. And I'll wait and see. I'd much rather see Lisandro Martinez in DM, but then I'd much rather have Lisandro Martinez in CB because Lisandro Martinez is a way better CB than Lindelof. So yeah, I can see. We'll see what happens when what he does with the team going forward with these injuries. Let's talk about this this situation with the Super League. I mean, I'm gonna do a poll, even though I feel like it's gonna come back. Majority one way, but Super League, happy, let me see, happy, would you be happy with the Super League, yes or no? There you go. Poll is up. Drop a vote. Let's see what people have to say. Would you guys be happy or not happy with the a lot of people straight away? No, nope. They won't be happy. They don't want the Super League anywhere near football. It's a conversation to be had, on its own. I'm just gonna touch it briefly. For me, the Super League, it's an interesting one. Some teams might benefit from it. Some teams might not benefit from it. Um, I don't actually myself know. I haven't made my mind up on the Super League. Um, I think as time goes on, we will we will find out more as to why people don't want the Super League and the intentions of the Super League as well. They want an independent board for the Super League, um, and I can understand why. I can understand from a revenue perspective why they would want that. I can understand why Perez wants to continuously uh, charge for that. I mean, Super League wants to replace Champions League with the 80 team tournament. 80 teams. Wow. 80 teams. Um Juventus is in it and etc. I mean, there's a couple points that they have mentioned that I will share with you guys. Let me just bring it up on the screen. Part of the Super League stuff. I need to deep dive into it a bit more. At the moment, it's still in the making. Nothing's been solidified yet. But you know, sports management promoters of the Super League have said this. Their manifesto outlining their core principles. So, board-based and meritocrat competitions. So there'll be a board, domestic tournaments, the foundation of football, improve competitiveness with stable and sustainable resources. Player health must be at the center of the game, meaning scheduling. I'm guessing, how the games are scheduled, um, how the games are played, when they're played, and etc. Um, Club run competitions with transparent, well enforced financial sustainability rule, meaning stronger FFP, Man City, meaning you cannot shake UEFA anymore, Man City and Chelsea as well, but strong, and Juventus as well. So FFP and Barcelona as well. FFP rules will be more strict. 4 a.m. kickoffs. The world's best football competition. Oh, right. Okay. Improved fan experience. So, they will make things happen for the fans, which I can understand. Develop and finance women's football. Okay, that's a good initiative. Significant increase in solidarity. I mean, togetherness to all the clubs and etc. Um, I can understand that, and respect for European law and values, meaning the UEFA is a monopoly system that these people do not like. These people do not like the European the UEFA system where they hold on to the teams in the league and they do anyhow they want. James Bond says, Faz, I'm from Jamaica and I live in America. The Super League would be great for me, but I don't want it. Okay. Okay. Why? What do you mean 4 a.m. kickoffs? I mean, is it going to be American based? I don't understand. I don't actually understand the full in and out of it, to be honest. But multiple divisions, no permanent members, minimum 14 games per club per season. Wow, Perez really wants this, man. No permanent members. European Super League. What's this? Let's read this. What's this? ECA notes that the latest dispatch from A22's alternative reality. However, in the real world, this rehashed idea has already been proposed, discussed, and comprehensively rejected by all stakeholders in 2019, which is true. Super League was rejected. This is just another deliberately distorted and misleading attempt to destabilize and the constructive work currently taking place between football's real stakeholders to move things forward in overall best interest of European club game. As sole organization recognized by FIFA and UEFA representing clubs at Europe and international level, the only good body through which clubs can genuinely represent in their decision making, ECA reiterates its long-standing opposition to this European Super League and any breakaway project. A great amount of progress and positive changes has been achieved by ECA in recent years in collaborative partnership with all football stakeholders, UEFA, FIFA, and confederations, national associations, leagues, fans, players, and clubs of all sizes working for the benefit of the entire European football ecosystem. From 2024, more clubs from more countries will participate in European men's club competition every season, growing the passion of European football and greatly increasing the amount of revenue being shared. Significant progress can be seen across other aspects of the game, from women's football, youth academy development, finance and regulation to sustainability and social impact. This is what real change looks like. We have to move on. When will A22? And this is a statement from ECA Europe on the new European Super League plans. ECA notes the latest dispatch. Yeah. It's all about the Benjamins, RJ. It is all about the Benjamins. You are right. It is. And that's what these guys want. The clubs, the big clubs want the big money. I mean, I remember when people rioted for the Super League, but I don't really understand it, in all honesty, if I be honest with you. I don't really understand it. There were 6 clubs, I think, involved in the proposal of the European Super League, and they said that it was a mistake. They won't do it. You know, Woodward was sacked over it. Don't forget, Woodward was sacked, but the clubs even apologized. I don't understand. I don't understand what else to say. But clubs might be looking at this super club in a different way. I don't know. We will see. Real Madrid, Barcelona, and Juventus understood to have contacted more than 50 clubs in hope of creating a new European tournament that would replace the UEFA Champions League. And I've noticed it is more so to do with Real Madrid. It is always Real Madrid trying to lead this thing. Real Madrid are really trying to push for this Super League stuff, and Barcelona, who are broke, and Juventus, who are broke. But Real Madrid, wanting to be the powerhouse, I think they're not happy with how UEFA are dealing with them. But as time goes on, we will see. It's just a bit of paper talk. Nothing has been solidified. Contact has been made, and this is just a proposition that's been made. I'm not going to look into it too much, but it is all to do with Real Madrid always being the forefront of this. So I wonder how it will be. Real Madrid will obviously do things to suit their narrative by the looks of it. It's always going to be Real Madrid who's gonna try and get the best for themselves. But anyways, big up to everyone for joining in. I might bring you guys a little bit of FIFA this evening, so stay tuned for that. A little FIFA stream later on. Not done a FIFA stream in ages, so I might do a FIFA stream. But thank you all for joining. We go on this Sunday to Ellen Road, and we see what happens, right? In all honesty, I think Ten Hag will learn from this. He will make some changes. It's kind of also a good thing to go play them back to back, because it gives you about their system, about their style. But yeah, we'll see. And yes, I will be doing football. Well, not Football Manager, but FIFA as a career mode, manager mode, and etc. So yeah, I will bring you guys the preview, as well before the game. But other than that, take care, everyone. Peace, love, and guidance. And I'll see you on the next one, on the FIFA stream coming up shortly. Thank you. Take care.